Hello, everyone. Gonna try to see if I can do this again with what we got here. Does this work? It does work. All right. So we're gonna get started with the Chapter 7 summative. We want to make sure that we are able to correct our work and know what we did right and wrong. So please follow along as we watch and go through this. If I can go back, yes. All right. So basically, this first part right here. I'm going to zoom out to maybe get some more. I don't want that mouse thingy. Does that still? I don't want that. No clicks. Classic. All right, this is brand new. I got a brand new update, so don't know what to expect here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get started. And what we wanted to do is figure out what happened from the original to the new. And there was a change here of 3/5. Now, this right here is the scale factor, or you can say a multiplier. And that is going to make a change from 55 miles times 3/5, and that's going to equal x. And all you have to do is multiply. One way you can do this, a little fast way, is know that 55 is going to be over 1, because it's 55 is a whole number. 55, cross that out, and you can reduce the top and the bottom. 55 divided by 5 is 11. So it's going to be 11 times 3 over 1 equals x, which is going to equal 33. Now, you can also do it a different way if you want to go straight across. 55 times 3/5, and that's over 1. You can go 165 divided by 5, and then you do 165 because that equals that, and that equals that. Divided by 5, and that's going to give you 3, 15, 1, and the 5, and another 3. So either way you do it, it's the same thing. All right, so that's the first one. The question asks you above here to explain. So let me clear the screen. You need to explain the scale factor being used and how it changes the original shape. So the scale factor being used is a number that's less than 1. So this is the main relationship that we want you to do with the entire test. If it's a number less than 1 that is being multiplied, that is going to be reducing it down. It's going to be decreasing. So this is 3/5, which is 60%. So it is being reduced down to a lower percentage, 6%, which is like reducing by 40%. But yeah, so that's pretty much the main thing we want to do here. Let's go ahead and do this. We have a game so 25% off of the original cost of 64. How much does it cost now? Some people just did what the discount was, not the cost of the game now. Two ways you can go about it. 64, and you can multiply that by 0.25 because that is 25% off. And this is going to be our discount. All right, so that's going to be our discount. So 64 times 0.25, that is going to equal, I believe it was $16. But that's not the original cost. That's our discount. The discount is 25%. So the discount is $16. And so that means you got to do 64 minus 16. That should give you 48. That should be the answer. And then you can do it a different way too. 64 times, well, if you know the discount is taking off 25%, and here's the original, then you know that the total is going to be the sale price. And I've done this before in class too and on videos. You take 100%, subtract it from the subtract it from your discount, right? This is our discount. And then you get our 75% sale. So you can do $64 times 75%. And that should still get you $48. All right, let me pause real quick. All right, and we are back. Let's go ahead and do this next one. Let's clear the screen. You can also do a diagram too. There's many ways you can do this. The first one is, this is 100%, this is 0%. We know that this total of 100% is going to be $64, but we know that we have a minus 25% discount. So that means 75% is going to be our price right here. And then whatever you find X is, so you can just do 64 times 75 is going to give me that X. And that's going to be subtracting $14 there. So you can draw a diagram too, whatever floats your boat, as they say. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, your bill at a restaurant is $45. So we have $45 is the original. And you pay a total tip of 18%. So what you can do is a few things. One, you can do 45 times 1.18. And why am I doing 1.18? Well, because the original is 100%. I'm adding 18% tip. So that means my new total is going to be 118%, and that is 1.18. All right, move the decimal over once, twice. Okay, 1.18, and that is going to equal $53.10. Or you can do 45 times 0.18, which is totally fine. You're going to get $8.10. And that is going to be your tip. But then you got to add that to your total. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 0.10. Carry the $153.10. There you go. All right, going on to the next one. This one was pretty straightforward and easy, as I said it earlier. What is the relationship between the multiplier in terms of percent increase or decrease from the original price? All right, so again, discount is a decrease. So whatever, let's say it's 18%, and I'm using an example, 18%, let me just use 20% off. So that means it's 100 minus 20%. That's going to equal 80%. And so what I can do is use this 80% or 0.80 as my multiplier. And the multiplier is less than 1.00, which means it's decreasing. Decreasing less than 1. For discounts and stuff like that, but for add-ons like tips, it's increasing. And if it's increasing, let's say I'm adding, let's say 20% tip, that means my total is going to be 120%, which equals 1.20, and that is going to be increasing because it's above or greater than 1. All right. Okay, great. So that's pretty much what we wanted to figure out. I wrote that on the board before the test too, so hopefully you wrote it down in your notes. Going on to the next one. Use an online deal for the cruise. Deal lets you take 12.5% off all your expenses, but does not include the gratuity. The original cost is $239. So $239 is the original. And then what is the discounted cost? So we got to take away, so that's 100%. You got to take away 12.5%, which gives us 87.5%. And so what you can do is you can do 239 times 0.875, right? And that's going to give you, it'll give you a total, you can get 12.5% too. And that, I did that earlier, and that is $29.875. So 12%, 12.5%, that equals 29.875. Now, I'm not going to round it just yet. You can round it if you want to. You don't necessarily have to. But you're going to be taking off $29.875. Or you can take this total right here, match it up, and you should get a total of $209.125. Or no, that 0.125 cents. You can round it. You don't have to round it. Some students did, some students didn't. I don't care. Whatever you did is fine. I really want the last answer to be rounded though. And then we have so what is the discounted cost? Right here is discounted cost. All right, that's the discount cost. And then what would the total amount be if you tipped 22% after? So now we're going to add 22% on top of this. So what is 22% on top of that? You can find out what that is, or you can do 1.22. So you can multiply it by 1.22, and that's that multiplier effect. If you do the 22%, you should get 46.0075. And if you just get 46, that's totally fine. So then you're going to add that to that. And that means your total be, move this over here. The total is going to be $255.13 once you round it up. And some students put the 875 after, and I just boxed it right here because we want to go to this this last part, but I don't care about this. If you got 255 and like 12 or 13 or 14, you got full credit for that. All right, moving on to our next one. I want to scroll down. Scroll down, there we go. And this is it. This is the error analysis. So here it says, we had some people get confused on this. There was a diagram and an equation. Here's the equation. I'll rewrite it just as big. $72 times 0.14 equals X. This right here is going to be, this is kind of like a discount, all right? Because this is the 14. So we're taking off 14%, right? So this is a discount. So that's going to give us X. But if this is 14, that means X should be right here in terms of like, well, in terms of, not right there, but let me double check that real quick. Let me start over. I apologize. Okay. So $72 times 0.14 equals X. Okay. What is happening here? We are finding 14%. Okay. This right here should be equivalent to this right here, but this is not 14%. This little smidge from this area to this area is a 14% difference, all right? And so that 14% is going to be, let's go ahead and just plug this in the calculator right now. So we have 0.14 times 72, and that's going to be 10.08. So that means this section is 10.08 in between that section. So if I take away 10.08 from 72, I should get 2 and 9 and 1 and 6. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. 61.92. So 61.92 is going to be here because that's the big chunk. And that 14% is kind of like a discount right there. So we're taking off 14%. We're taking off the 10. That means we're left with, my phone just dropped. We're left with 86%. So that's the X. So the X is represented by 86%, not 14%. All right, so that's where the things are confused. So the answer to this question is this does not agree with his diagram. All right, in order for it to agree with the diagram, you would need to do 72, and then you would do 0.86 because that is going to be equal to that. Okay. All right, last one. Let's go ahead and go to back and let's go here. Let me zoom in just a bit. There we go. And this one right here, we have all the teachers had a total price of $86.37 right there. That's my total. They wanted to leave a 22% tip. So we wanted to add 22% tip. So if I'm adding 22% to my original, which is 100%, that means I should have 122% total. And that is 1.22 as a multiplier. Okay, can't write, can't spell, can't do anything right now. Okay, so now we have our multiplier is 1.22. Explain why or why not this equation will help them. Yes, it will help them because the total is 100% plus 22%, which equals 122%, which equals 1.22, and that will give you the total bill, including the 22% tip. All right, and that's what you needed to say. Get a lot of students say that's not correct. You need to have 0.22 and then add it. And I gave you some credit for that, but technically we wanted to know if 1.22 is a legal or is it an allowed multiplier, and it is. And so we want to make sure we do that. So, all right, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please feel free to talk to me in class or email me. Otherwise, have a great day.